Permanent Building Committee to order. And we have 4 members present and 3 associate members, 2 associate members. So here we are. Mark, do we have any minutes?
I sent them out a while ago. There were 5.
Okay.
I knew this would happen. They were sent, hold on, my dog wants to join the meeting. When were they sent? January 22nd.
Okay.
Want to, I can resend them. We can do it next time, or it's up to you.
Well, have people had a chance? I know that I did read them. Has everybody had a chance on the committee to read them?
I read them. They look fine to me.
Okay.
So
Bob, did you have a chance? Bob Medeiros, did you have a chance to read them? Okay.
How about the other Bob?
Bob Briscoe, yes, he just joined. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Did you have a chance to read the minutes?
I did.
Okay. So we have all had a chance to read them. How do you want to do this, Mark? Do you want to do them by date or as a block?
It was October 12th, 2021. You can do them as a group if you want. In comments. It was October 12th, November 15th, December 13th, January 12th of 2022, and January 18th, 2022.
Okay. Were there any questions or concerns from the minutes from the meetings?
Nope.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second it.
Bob Medeiros, you're on mute.
Okay. Pardon me, I'm sorry. All in favor, please raise your hand so that I can see you. Brian, say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, because you're just your name. All right, unanimous vote. Thank you very much, Mark, for the minutes. Bob Medeiros, do we have any correspondence? You're on mute. You're mute.
Still on mute, Bill.
Okay, good.
Did we lose him?
No, he is there.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say no. We have no correspondence. Thank you. Okay. All right. We will begin the project part of the meeting. Sherry, do you mind giving us an update as to where the schools are?
Sure. I have to run out tonight too, so I can give the update and answer any questions, and then I'll have to jump off, unfortunately. But so last night we had another Conservation Commission meeting. They closed the public hearing. They voted to close the public hearing last night. There's a couple of conditions that they want us to meet. And then on the 28th, they'll be voting, hopefully, for the permit at that point. So we're looking to go out to bid as soon as possible.
Okay. Do you have any hint as to what their order of conditions might include, or?
Let me see. It was more boilerplate stuff that they mentioned last night. Yeah, all boilerplate stuff. It was just a couple of things. So at this point, with them closing the public hearing last night, this should not be an issue. It was a unanimous vote last night to close the public hearing. So we should be fine on the 28th, but
okay,
better when that's actually done.
All right. Yes, it was a good meeting last night. I was able to attend in the background, and it was very, very good. Very good presentation by Gail.
Right. I mean, there was all, everything was there that they needed, that they asked for. The facts and the science were there. So, we just need to keep that in mind, but we'll just keep moving forward. So that's really the only update I have at this time, because we've just been focused on getting to this point and getting this permit so we can move forward to get the bidding process started for the most competitive prices. Once we get to that point, then hopefully we can have shovels in ground. Well, depending on the weather, hopefully May.
Okay. And do you have a estimate as to how long the construction will take? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I have it in my notes. Let me just see. So the construction phase, originally we thought it may be May of 2022 to September of 2022, with substantial completion at the end of August 2022, and then the project closeout final completion of September of 2022.
Okay.
So that might get shifted a little bit depending on, because we have been held back a little bit with the Conservation Commission meetings. So that might not be set in stone. That was our original timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So that might adjust a little bit.
As with any construction projects, you can expect a slide in the timeline. Does anyone have any questions for Sherry? Mark?
Is the project still trending higher than funding?
It is right now, but we're working on, looking at that and pulling things out as we need to. But getting to the bid process, we just found out one town is going through this and their bids came in $200,000 less. Another one was $350,000 less. Us being able to start this project while our students are still in school is huge for us. And that's why we've tried to really stick to this timeline and express that to the Conservation Commission. Because once we go into the summer, that's when everybody else is bidding these projects and the costs go up.
Any other questions for Sherry? Okay. Sherry, thank you very much, and good luck with Norton's hockey season.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Moving on to the Town Hall Senior Community Center project. I'm going to turn this part of the meeting over to Steve, our owner's project manager, if he doesn't mind.
Thank you, Dinah. Good evening, everybody. Just to give an update of where we are since the last meeting. We've issued a notice to proceed to DBVW to get started. We actually had a very productive meeting this past Thursday at the Senior Center with Beth Rossi and her staff in regard to reviewing program and space needs. We have scheduled a similar type of meeting for the town hall department staffs, and their department heads for the 22nd and the 24th. We probably got about 12 different people that have to be we have to touch base with again to confirm program space needs and any changes in staffing. So that's been scheduled, and also DBVW's Existing Conditions Inc. Consultant has been to the town hall and have done their digital survey. I think they were almost done, except with the roof, which we got some snow, so that has pushed that off. That had been scheduled for Monday, but they'll be back to finish that up, and I'm sure Michael and Ed could fill in any gaps I may have on existing conditions. But that's the status where we are today. So we're starting to move forward.
Okay, the meeting scheduled with the town hall staff, I believe there's 6 on the 22nd and 6 again on the 24th.
Correct. If we can we can do better on the first day and get a couple more, that would be fine. It'll just end up shortening the Thursday meeting. But right now, we've sort of got it scheduled from 1 to 4 on both days.
Okay. If the building committee has no objection, I would like to invite Bob Medeiros to attend those meetings. I know he and I attended the COA meeting, and I found it very beneficial. Would there be an objection to that?
No.
Bob, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'll try and squeeze it in, sure.
Okay. And it's from 1 to 4 on both of those days.
All right, remind me.
Yes, sir. I will seriously, I'll send you a note to remind you. So that's good. Is the snow causing a problem other than on the roof, looking at the roofs? I thought there was some discussion of going up to the COA site to look, but there was more snow on the ground than had been anticipated.
Well,
Actually, it looked pretty good last Thursday, but that ended pretty quick.
If I may, through the chair, we can't really do our site surveys when there's snow on the ground. We can't do our wetlands flagging when there's snow on the ground. And so, we're trying to work around those issues, as we think about, we're working on programming and, planning, but and we have some site information to do, to work up conceptual ideas, but we want to get the site surveys done as soon as we can, but we really need the snow to disappear before that can be done, before that can happen.
Okay, I think it's important. My goal with that question was to get it out to the public who might be watching or see this meeting at a later date, just to let them know that if they're not seeing things on the outside, we are still paddling quite furiously under the water to get, there's a lot of background to be done.
Yep.
Mark?
Steve, was there any substantial changes or requests from the programming of space needs at COA? We're still assuming that the previous study still holds.
Yeah, no. One of the covenants was that we're not going to increase square footage or go over budget. So, that is the guideline, and that it's guidelines for both town hall and senior center. But Michael and Edward, they've presented a slightly altered plan from the last go round, and we actually during that meeting there was some rearrangement within that plan also to streamline based on the operations and function of the senior center and the way they saw it. And, it was a lot of discussion about the pantry. The one thing that did come up was the takeaway meals. We're looking for a way to deliver those, and there was this discussion about having almost like a Dunkin' Donuts type of window to pass out these meals. So that involves a little bit of review on the site plan, with also the item that has been brought up a couple times about saving the 3-car garage. So, which is going to, the survey will help out on that a little bit as far as locating that and overlaying that with the site plan and then building footprint as it's located now.
Okay.
But as far as the rooms are all basically the same. It's just that one meals program that's a little bit different from earlier study.
Plus the change on rate in
Excuse me, Bob?
your entranceway going into the building, the main entranceway, the roof going in where the drop-off cars are, that's
Right.
been changed. And we shortened that up.
That's right.
The porte cochere, the overhang has been shortened, and partly be for cost savings reasons.
And I'm just going to say, for people who might be watching this, the addition of the takeaway meals has been an offshoot of COVID in the Council on Aging Services. It is not the same as the Meals on Wheels program, which has about 40 participants and is run out of Attleboro. But this is about 40 to 45 caregivers within Norton who come for donated takeaway meals to the COA on a daily basis, and how to distribute those while still having the building staff properly. So we are, that's why it wasn't originally included in the feasibility study, but it's something that has arisen that is a need, and they do not see it going away. So,
And we think we can make it work.
Yep.
so without too much of an impact.
Correct.
Okay. Have any other questions about the COA meeting? Okay. Any questions about what's going on at the town hall? I mean, I think, we're all aware that we are in, what I've always called the hurry up and wait phase of construction, where it really doesn't look like we're doing much, but we actually are. Mike Viveras, you did mention that there had been some adjustments to the town hall.
Yeah, I mean, not unlike the senior center, we've over the last few years, we've heard a number of comments and desires and goals, and so in the plans that we shared on last Thursday, reflection of some of the things that we had heard, and we've done the same with town hall, where we've been preparing it. We still need to. It's very important that we meet with department heads and confirm the program. But in preparation for that, we've continued to do some floor plan development. Again, responding to comments that we've heard over time. And so that when we meet with department heads, we can share with them some early thoughts about location of their departments and how things might be laid out. It's sort of we're doing programming and planning at the same time, and we want to have visuals so that that people, when we meet with them, they can understand what we're thinking as architects might work, and we really need to hear from them as to whether or not what we've laid out looks great, correct, and looks like it'll work. And we're still within the total area. We're a little bit over, quite honestly, but we're trying to figure out how to get that back. And we understand that the project size has been was what was developed during the earlier studies, and that is what we're working on.
Okay. Well, I know with the adjustments that were made to the senior center, even though the basic layout is the same, I personally appreciated that a lot of the hallway space have been transferred into usable program space.
Yep.
And hopefully,
and that's really what we're trying to do always is, design is a process of improvement, of hearing comments, developing ideas, improving things. And that's just, it's not something we do once. It's a process. And we hope that you'll see the same when we share, our thoughts on town hall.
Okay. Are there any comments? Any questions from the board?
Yes.
Bob?
Mike, when you going to go into that building down there and see if there's any hazardous waste? Any idea?
Yeah, we've got to work with Mike Units and with Steve. We want to do it, soon. Maybe we could do it when we're coming up one of these days. I think that would be ideal. We could try to do it before the 1:00 meetings that we have on the 22nd and the 24th. We could almost do either of those days. Is there a day that works? We'll coordinate a day. You let us know what works best, for you and Dinah, and Steve, and Mike.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll set that up.
Well, I realize I have a reputation for short, succinct meetings, but I think we are moving right along. As I said, we're at the stage where it doesn't look like much is happening, but a lot is going on. And I appreciate the reports back to the full board to keep us abreast of exactly what's going on.
And Dinah, do
Yes,
they
sir.
have when the final plan is going to be available?
That would go to Steve, the answer for Steve for that.
Steve, do you hear my question?
When is the final plan going to be ready?
When do you think it'll be ready?
Well, I mean, we're really just starting out. I think part of that depends on, the feedback we get from our end users. But we want to. I mean, there's a couple different steps on it. We certainly want to lock into our floor plan as quickly as possible, because it allows the other engineers to start doing their design based on that layout. And then the secondary item is, you've got your interior layout, and again, we have some drafts right now. But then the next step is to work on your exterior and what your exterior is going to look like and what your exterior materials is going to be, which will be, a number of meetings with you guys to go through it and give us the blessing on it. So I mean, we've got a couple months. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got a little ways to go before we have something that we say, this is it. This is what we're going to. And at that point, we'll be, we got schematic and design development. It's somewhere in that time period.
Just remember, I'm getting a lot older. I'm not a young man. I like to see it done.
And we've got to build
We'll
the
keep that in mind, of course.
We've got to build in the approvals and the like, and the two projects have slightly different approvals that are necessary. And for the senior center, we need Mass DOT approval, which adds one complexity, if you will. So we need a survey in order to get that work designed and submitted. And so if there is one of the most significant reasons we need the survey is so that we can do, the design, drainage calcs, and get all that stuff prepared and submitted. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the site work is sort of a separate path on its own, because we'll have planning board, conservation commission meetings, and we do like I said, we have to contact and go through Mass DOT also for Route 140. So, you've got your building and your building exterior, interior, but your site is sort of it's like part A, part B.
Okay.
So we probably won't be going for any meetings with the planning board or the conservation commission until late spring or early summer at the earliest.
Yeah.
Is that a good estimate? I don't.
And one thing that we haven't talked about yet, but I think it's always a good to, if we can do it, is to go to planning with it, having an informal meeting just to say this is where we're at. We're gathering our information to give you your site plan review submittal package, but this is what we're thinking, and get some ideas, maybe get some feedback on them procedurally, and something that they may have as pet peeves or whatever.
And just so that everyone understands, we've been working on relative to the senior center programming, on the architectural layout of the floor plan. We've also been communicating with our civil engineer, with our landscape architect, and we're also thinking about the site as well. Even though we don't have the survey, it's not like we're being, it's not like we're not doing anything. We're developing layouts, and we're really thinking about the site design. At some point we need the survey, but again, it's, we can do design work without it. But we do want it as soon as we can get it, that's for sure.
Okay. No, I think, excuse me, I believe the building committee members are aware that there's a lot going on. It's always nice to get it out to the public, via these meetings, which, are then rebroadcast on YouTube on the local cable channel. and they are watched. So it's good just to let people know, what's going on.
Right. I mean, we had a rough schedule, when we were talking, during designer selection. We'll firm that up a little bit, but I don't think that we are really seeing, any kind of bid documentation really ready to go out to bid until the fall.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense to go out. I
And
think Tim is
mid-fall,
just
not
joining
early.
us now.
Yep.
Okay. So that's good. All right. Anything else that needs to come before the committee? Well, I would encourage everybody to keep working hard, and as the 22nd and the 24th, Bob and I will sit in on the town hall. Mark, you had your hand raised?
Yeah, we need to schedule our next meeting.
Okay.
So there was, hold on. So the town said, it's a little cryptic. March will have to be on T2. Does that mean second Tuesday? Because of the conflict with Capital and FinCom. So I assume T2 means, Mike, are you on? Does that mean second Tuesday in March?
No, so T2 and T1 are just the Zoom.
Oh, the channel.
The
Okay.
channel, yep.
Gotcha. All right, it was Charlene's email was a little cryptic to me. Got it.
Okay, so we would have a new Zoom login.
Yeah, so there's a different Zoom login for that meeting.
Okay.
Dinah,
So what is the date of that, Mark?
So we can pick a date, I guess. It didn't. I thought it was a date thing. It's not. So what have we been meeting? We've been meeting the third Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. The 15th of March.
Dinah,
Heroes?
yeah, that was the date that we talked about the last time we met was the 15th of March. We
Okay.
discussed coming up then the 15th.
Okay,
All right.
that's where I got confused.
Yeah, the 15th, I'm almost positive is what we were talking about.
Okay, so the 15th of March, it
6
will
o'clock.
be our next meeting, but we'll have to log in with a different Zoom login, which,
Yeah, I'll send out the meeting
okay,
post to everyone, and they'll have a hey Jim, it'll have a different Zoom link.
Okay.
Dinah,
Yes, Mike.
Tomorrow night, the selectmen will be discussing masks and the requirement for having meetings virtually.
Mhm.
So I'll let you know if anything changes. And on that front, whether you'd have the possibility of meeting live or Zoom.
Oh, a live meeting would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then perhaps we could go back to the library. And
Yeah, I know the governor did extend it that you can have Zoom meetings until July 15th, but the board's going to be discussing it tomorrow night.
okay, that's wonderful.
Well, I'll wait to post the meeting, Dinah, until we know.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. Yeah, wait till after that. If they do vote to go for live meetings, Mark, would you mind checking with the library for that evening?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Is the library still good with everybody?
Yep.
Okay. And if the library's booked, perhaps we can go to the Council on Aging. We'll take it on as a road show. Okay. Well, again, brevity is the word of the day. So if there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Dinah,
Yes.
remind me about the meetings, right, for the town hall,
Yes, I will.
because I'm on a job and I've got to make a plan off the job when I'm there.
Okay. Yeah, I just put a reminder on my phone, so I'll get to you on that one.
Okay,
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Bob Briscoe, All in favor, please raise your hand so that I might see it.
Aye.
And Brian?
Aye.
Okay. All right, everyone, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next month. Bob, I will remind you, and we're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Night.